Let's take a look at number 9. Successful business owners believe that their level of self-esteem is at the root of everything worthwhile in life. Unsuccessful business owners are not familiar with self-esteem as a concept and believe it has little to do with life success. You see, successful business owners know that their self-esteem is critical. If it's completely tied in with the belief that inside of themselves and their self-confidence that they can move forward. They have to believe that they're worth it. It's critical that you nurture your self-esteem. It's critical that you nurture self-esteem in your children. It's critical that you nurture self-esteem in your employees. Self-esteem is one of the basic building blocks in life that allows for your unfoldment and for you to accomplish the greatness that is within you. I want you to consider self-esteem almost like the way a thermostat regulates temperature. I'm going to give you an analogy that I think could be really useful. You see, if we are in the cold north, where I'm from, originally, Toronto, Canada, and we have the temperature set to 20 degrees Celsius for my Canadian friends, and we open up the door in the middle of the winter time, and the cold air rushes in, the temperature is going to drop down, the thermostat's going to kick in, it's going to tell the furnace, time to go turn on, and the temperature is going to go back up to 70 degrees, or 20 Celsius. And in the hot summer, same thing happens. You have it set to 20 degrees, you open up the door, the humidity comes in, starts to get hot, thermostat tells the air conditioner, kick in, and brings it back to 20 degrees. This is the same thing that happens with your self-esteem, with your self-image. It is the thermostat that controls your life. If you've ever been in a situation where you've tried to release some weight, you've noticed that sometimes you've been successful and you've released some weight, and then all of a sudden you start eating bad and stop working out, and your weight comes back to exactly where it was before. Has that happened to you? Well, this is what we're talking about here. Many of us continuously lose exactly or release exactly the same weight. And it's actually interesting. I use the word lose because we always find what we lose. If you lose your keys, you will find them. If you lose a few pounds, you will find them. And this temperature gauge in our subconscious mind is set to a certain body formation. It's set to a certain amount of income. It's set to a certain revenue amount. It's set to a certain number of customers and a certain type of customer. You are attracting in your life a reflection of what your self-image is. For some of you, this might be really an eye-opening experience. And I want to suggest that along with the implementation of the right strategies and tactics and business intelligence, you also need to change the way you think about your own life and your business at a core inner level. And when you do that, you will see that your relationships, your money, your career advancements, everything that you want in your life will change in an instant. But it takes time to reorient the thermostat or the self-image that guides your life. So let's go through a couple of key things here that will help us be able to move forward. So I want you to ask yourself, what are your beliefs? What do you hold to be true? I want you to make a list. Be honest. I suggest you pick a few major categories and generate statements that start with, I believe such and such is true. What do you believe to be true about your business, about your customers? What do you believe to be true about your health, your relationships? What do you believe to be true? And then I want you to start to analyze these statements and ask yourself, is it really true? Or is it just a perception that you think it's true? Once you identify the beliefs that are not serving you, you need to ask yourself, where did you pick up this virus code and from whom? I ask this question not to cast blame, but because you might have inherited these beliefs and other beliefs from people that are close to you in your life, and you need to go back and reassess them. Make a plan to eradicate these negative virus code beliefs by programming your mind with new statements. This is where affirmations comes into the picture. Great affirmations can be very powerful in rewiring your mind. Review these affirmations out loud every morning and every evening with passion. Record your voice and subject yourself to this mindset cleanup in an ongoing way until it becomes second nature to you. Include it in the car when you're going to the gym. Include it when you're working out. Include it as part of your meditation process. And you will see how you will erase the clouds of this virus code that is preoccupying your mind and impacting your self-esteem. So now we're on to number 10. Number 10 is that successful business owners believe they're on a quest or a journey to discover the deeper aspects of their personality and what makes them tick. Yes, you heard me say it. Successful business owners are really motivated to understand how they operate. They understand that in order to get better, they have to know how they operate today so they can figure out what they can do to move forward. They're just keenly interested. They're curious individuals. And they want to understand why they are having the success that they're having and why they're not having the success that they're having. The best metaphor that I can give to you is a young child who plays with a new toy. They take the toy out of the box, they take a look at it, they turn it upside down, they carefully inspect it, then they turn it around, and they do so over and over and over again and keep playing with that toy. And they do not tire in this process. In the same way that a child does this with a toy, I want you to do that with your own thinking. Being introspective and understanding and going meta, thinking about what you're thinking about, is one of the most important things I can impart to you on this recording. And as you go through this process, you are trying to figure out and get clarity about how you operate. And in the process of doing so, you'll be able to actually put new strategies in place to compensate for some of your thinking in the past that may not have served you. Unsuccessful business owners don't believe in this level of thinking. They seldom take time to be reflective. They seldom go down the journey of trying to figure out what makes them tick. And therefore, they lack this level of consciousness. They just continue to operate very much the way a zombie operates, just kind of going through the motions in life. And those that do not do this, they seldom make real improvement in their wealth, their health, their relationships, because remember, it comes down to cause and effect. And if they're not focused on the cause, figuring out how they think, how will the effect ever change? The difference in thinking can really be huge in your life, and I want to encourage you to really do this. Now, a few key action steps. Really fall in love with your mind. Begin a quest to fully understand how it works, and this must be a lifelong commitment. Commit to a mindset of thinking about what you're thinking about. I want you to become hyper aware of the words that you use to express your thoughts. Become aware of the words others use. Really start paying attention to these words. Linguistics are important. They're critical. Words represent our thoughts and our beliefs. So therefore, we should be very careful about the words that we use and the concepts that we entertain in our mind. When you find yourself entertaining thoughts that are beneath you, recognize it and make the correction. Over time, you will change your thinking, which will lead to better results. So there you have it. We have gone through 10 of the belief patterns of very successful business owners. And at the beginning, I gave you an extra bonus belief pattern about wealth creation and why it is so critical in our society today to do that. Because you see, in the process of creating wealth, real wealth, we're able to support a free society. A free society that allows each man, woman, and child to excel and reach their natural talents and abilities and achieve happiness and fulfillment that we've talked about. If any of the ideas that I've shared today don't quite resonate, I want you to take some time to study what I've talked about and challenge your belief patterns today about them. Now, some of this might be a little uncomfortable, but I can assure you, from many, many years of research, what I've shared with you today represents the quality of thinking of some of the most successful people on the planet in today's time frame, as well as from previous years. I've hoped you enjoyed this module. It's been my absolute pleasure to present it to you. I hope you will take these ideas and really challenge your thinking and allow you, your employees, your family to move forward. Please share this content with others because it will really help them on their journey and they'll thank you for it. Thank you very much. This is Ray Stendel.